good afternoon all. It is Thursday, and I believe it's the 8th or 7th of February, something like that. Obviously, there was no blog posting yesterday. I have been sick, which is why I'm looking like crap today. My eyes are all roomy, and I'm not here. I'm loaded up on good medications, but they're making me really, really tired, although it is fighting whatever nice, fun, systemic infection I have. Anyway, to keep my brain all cleared up and make this short and sweet and to the point and good for all you, you constant readers out there, I made a little list for today. So it's kind of like Stephen Colbert's shit list, except mine's just slightly, where's my camera? Slightly different. There we go. First up on my list today, my sickness. You're on fucking notice. Get out of my body now. I'm really sick of being run down, no energy, fighting just this thing that's staying in my head and my lungs. I took a day off yesterday. I got rested. I trained to recoup, and I'm really hoping I can kick this in the ass, whatever it is, by this weekend, because I'm just getting sick of being sick, basically, and it sucks ass. Although I did see a commercial, and this is moving on to another part of my list. I saw a commercial yesterday. So apparently Puffs tissues, the nose facial tissues, I don't know what y'all call them outside of the US, we call them Kleenex here, although that's a brand name, not the actual generic facial tissues name of the product itself. Anyway, long story short. So Puffs brand makes this really, really super soft tissue. It's got lotion in it. It's really nice. It's comfortable on your nose, especially when it's all rough and chapped. So that's been the kind of like top high quality brand for many years. Well, I saw a commercial yesterday, of course, when I was at home sick. Puffs is now combined with Vicks, which is the mentholated eucalyptus mentho rub that you put on your chest and it makes you feel better and breathe better. They've put that with tissues. I swear to God, I think by flu season of 2008, Puffs is going to control the world. Yeah. I went out and I bought a pair. I bought a pack of the little tissues yesterday. I'm telling you, flu season 2008, Puffs will control the world. Doesn't matter who we elect in November. By January, they will own it all. All right, next up on my list, voting. Voting, you are so on notice right now. All of the contested everything from the Democratic side to the Republican side. Here's what counts, here's what doesn't count. If you get this much percentage, maybe your votes will count, maybe they won't. Super delegates? What the hell are those? How come some people suddenly weigh and count more than everybody else? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I have taken quite a few constitutional classes, and nowhere in my teachings can I remember anything coming up that one person, one vote counts for everything except the presidential primaries. There's no like sudden little clause where that suddenly changes. So voting, you're on notice. In addition with voting, people who complain about polling places, you guys can suck my cock. I don't actually have one, but if I did, I would make you suck it. Because you know what? Voting is your constitutionally protected right. It is also your civic duty. Now, granted, not all polling places can have the minimal number of required people or extra. Sometimes they get volunteers, which could be senior citizens who, trouble seeing, can't read as fast. Sure, it may be a slow process. If there's a unexpected voter turnout, which there always is, and don't get me started on that, I don't have the energy to go into that today, there may be long lines, but guess what? It's your fucking duty. Suck it up, stand in line, and vote. Because you know what? It's your duty. You should do it, you should want to do it, and giving up the extra 10 minutes, to drive over to the freeway or something, that's just, in the long term, that is not as important as you going and voting that day. So I'm really, really, really just sick of people who talked about, oh, I waited in line and it sucked ass. I'm glad that you voted. If you got there, saw the long line, turned around, walked away, those are the people who I have issues with. So that's my little thing. Last on my list today, telemarketers, please, I understand it's your job. I've worked as a telemarketer before because sometimes it's the only job you can get. But if a person tells you don't call, if they're on the do not call registry, don't call them. If you call a person, and in good faith you're not trying to collect a debt or anything, but if you call a number as a sales and the person says, nobody here lives by that name, or nobody lives here by that name, or they tell you, hey, that person doesn't live here anymore, update your goddamn records or be polite and move on. They're not going to buy anything. If they're already correcting you before you can get your sales pitch done, hang up the phone and move on. I'm telling you, as a person who gets it on the phone at residential, at my own home, calling for people who, I've never lived with. I live in an apartment, dude. Actually, it's a converted condo, but still. It's very obviously an apartment. I have to have a separate little unit number. I get calls for people wanting to know if I want to refinance the mortgage on my house. What house? It's like, I know they have my phone number. I know they have my address listed. They can see the apartment number that's listed on there. Once again, worked as a telemarketer before. I know they have access to those tools. So that just really pisses me off. And you know what? When I was trying to sleep all day yesterday, my phone just kept ringing and ringing. And again today at work. And it's just, telemarketers, you guys are on my list now. So you know what? Be on notice, because you're really, really, really close to getting the final part of your list. And then, well, then I don't get sick. Then I get angry. So that's about it for me today. It's a little bit longer than normal, but, woo, catching up on all that fun stuff. So I'm going to finish catching up at work over here, and everybody just wish me to feel better. Hopefully I will soon. I hope y'all are doing well out there in TV, computer land, what have you. And just remember, everybody, keep fighting that good fight. Tashi's out.